Radhe Radhe, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir, Gopinath Bhavan, Shri Vrindavan Dham. Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Patit Pavana Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Shachinandana Gaura Hari ki jai, Radha Vino Bihari Radha Gopinath Ju ki jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki jai, Harinam Sankirtana ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Shri Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai, Saptam Goswami Satchidanand Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai, Tadiyati Rabha Maha Mahotsava ki jai, Shri Gadadhar Pandit ki jai, Tadiyati Rabha Maha Mahotsava ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrind ki jai, Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrind ki jai, Shri Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. We're starting a little bit early because today is the day of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and the day of Sri Gadadhar Pandit, and with these two amazing transcendental divine personalities, the teachings that they've given, the lessons in their life and the importance of who they are, only half an hour of speaking would be a great injustice. Their glories are unlimited, and so we're trying to extend the time a little bit. We will begin with Mangalacharan. Mangalacharan is the auspicious invocation calling for the grace, the blessings, the mercy, the sidelong glances of our beloved Srila Gurudev, our beloved Srila Prabhupada, our Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga, Patit Pavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu, Prem Purushottam Shachinandan Gaura Hari, going all the way back to the original Guru, who is Krishna himself, and his Guru of Prem, Vrishabhanunandini Srimati Radha Thakurani. You can find Mangalacharan on page 1 of this beautiful bhajan treasure trove, Shri Gaudiya Giti Gucha, starting with Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavangshta Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tang Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parjana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagano Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitangscha Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Shrimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayanitti Namine Shri Krishna Leela Katane Sudaksham Audarya Madhurya Gunaischa Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tvang Shirashan Namami Tridandinam Bhakta Shiromanim Cha Shri Krishna Padabjitayka Hriti Chaitanya Leela Amrita Sarasaram Narayanam Tvang Satatam Prapadye Namahom Vishnu Padayo Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nittinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namahom Vishnu Padayo Gaura Presthaya Bhutale Shri Shrimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Itti Namine Ati Marta Charitraya Svashritanancha Paline Jiva Dukhe Sadarataya Shri Nama Premadayine Namo Om Vishnu Padayo Krishna Presthaya Bhutale श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती इति नामिने श्रीवर्षभानवी देवी दयिताय कृपाब्धये कृष्णा संबंध विज्ञानो दयिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योज्वल प्रेमाध्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिदा श्रीगौरकरुणाशक्ति विग्रहाय नमोऽस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगविरोधाप सिद्धान्तध्वन्तहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षाद्वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भरसम्बोधे पदाम्बुजायते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगव्वरायते गौराविर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्दिष्टसजनप्रिय वैष्णवः सर्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जयतां सुरतोपङ्गोर्मम मन्दं मतेर्गति मत्सारवस्वपदम्बोजो राधामदनमोहनो दिव्यवृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमाद श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थो श्री श्रीराधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रेष्टालिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमन्द्रसरसारम्भी वंशीवटततस्थितः कार्षन्वेणुस्वनैर्गोपीर्गोपीनाथ श्रियैस्तु नः वृन्दाये तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Now we will call for the mercy of Shri Gurudev. We will be focusing on the bhajans of Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur, as today is his day. Anyhow, we focus primarily on those and the bhajans of Sri Narottam Das Thakur. So Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya. Hare Krishna. Page 32, I believe. Radhe Radhe, who's there? Shashikala Devi Dasi, Jayadev Goswami, Atul Krishna Prabhu, and all the rest of you. Hare Krishna. Guru Deva Kripa Bindu Diya Koroe Dasi Trinapekshayati Kripa Bindu Diya Koroe Dasi Trinapekshayati Sakala Sahane Baladiya Koro Nijamane Sprihahino Kripa Bindu Diya Koro Dasi Trinapekshayati Sakale Saman Korite Shakati Dehonath Jatha Jatha Tabe to gahibo Harinama Sukhe Aparadha Habe Hata Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Koroe Dase Trinapekshayati Kabeheno Kripa Lobhiyaye Jano Kritartha hoyibe natho Shakti buddhi amiyati din Kuro more Atma Sato Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Koroe Dase Trinapekshayati Jogyata Vichare Kabeheno Kripa Lobhiyaye Jano Kritartha hoyibe natho Shakti buddhi amiyati din Kuro more Atma Sato Jogyata Vichare Kichu nahi pae Tomaro karuna saro Karuna na hoile Kadiya kadiya Prano na rakhibo yaro Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Koroe Dase Trinapekshayati Gurudeva Jai Gurudeva Jai Gurudeva Gurudeva Jai Gurudeva Jai Gurudeva Gurudeva Jai Gurudeva Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Parampara Guru Parampara Srila Gurudeva Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai Shri Guru Parampara Ki Jai Haribo O He Vaishnava Thakur by Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur, page 39. O He Vaishnava Thakuro Doyaro Sagaro Edase Karuna Ko নিরাপদ ছায়া শোধো হে আমারে তোমার চরণ ধরি তোমার চরণ ধরি क्षय वेग दोमि क्षय दोष शोधि क्षय गुण देहो दासे क्षय सत्य संग देहो हे आमारे बसेछि संगेरो आशे एकाकी आमार नाहि पाय बल हरि नाम संकीर्तने तुमि कृपा करि श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया देहो कृष्ण नाम धने कृष्ण से तोमा कृष्ण दिते पारो তোমারো শক্তি আছে আমি তো কাঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ধাই তব পাছে আছে ও হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर वैष्णव ठाकुर वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर प्रभु कृपा करो मोरे दया करो कृपा करो मोरे दया करो all Vaishnava Thakurs ki jai. Today I read from Srila Bhakti Vigyam Bharati Maharaj that when Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur was penning this bhajan, this last part here, Krishna se tomar Krishna dite paro, he received the inspiration for that from the Bhishma Parva of Mahabharata, wherein Yudhishthira went to learn the art of being a proper king from Bhishma Dev. Bhishma Dev was lying there, I don't want to call it a bed, pierced with thousands of arrows, and that was holding him above the ground. And at that time, Bhishma Dev, with tears in his eyes, looked at Arjuna. And he didn't want to teach him anything, he wanted to receive his shelter or his mercy. So he said to Arjuna, Krishna se tomar, Krishna is yours. Because you have conquered him with your love and affection, you can also give Krishna. So I'm asking you for this thing. On someone's deathbed, when they ask for something, you kind of have an obligation to give it. So he's asking at such a time that you have captured Krishna. He is yours. You can give Krishna. This is within your power. I'm simply begging you, please give me Krishna. So this was his prayer to Arjuna before he departed from this world. So this is a general understanding of our Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has taken these lines from that section of Mahabharata. What a powerful and beautiful prayer. Of course, there are many different meanings in different rasas, but that is one very prominent, important, and powerful meaning. Vishaya Vasana Rupa Chitera Vikar. Hare Krishna. By Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur, praying for the mercy of our six Goswamis. Page 48. বিষয় বাসনারূপ চিত্তের বিকার আমার হৃদয়ে ভোগ করে অনিবার কত যে যতন আমি করিলাম না গেল বিকার বুদ্ধি শেষে প্রাণ যায় এ ঘোর বিকার মোরে করিল স্থির শান্তি না পাইল স্থান অন্তরয় ধীর শ্রীরূপ গোস্বামী মোরে কৃপা ভিতরিয়া উদ্ধারিবে কবে যুক্ত বৈরাগ্যর পিয়া কবে সনাতন মোরে ছাড়ায়ে বিষয় নিত্যানন্দে সমর্পিবে হইয়া সদয় শ্রীজীব গোস্বামী কবে সিদ্ধান্ত সলিলে নিভাইবে তর্কানল চিত্ত যাহে জ্বলে শ্রী চৈতন্য নাম শুনে উদিবে পুলক রাধা কৃষ্ণামৃত পানে হইব শোক কাঙ্গালের সুকাঙ্গাল দুর্জন এ জন বৈষ্ণব চরণাশ্রয় যাচে কিঞ্চন জয় বৈষ্ণব গোসাই জয় বৈষ্ণব গোসাই বৈষ্ণব গোসাই জয় বৈষ্ণব গোসাই বৈষ্ণব গোসাই जय रूप सनातन जय रूप सनातन रूप सनातन जय रूप सनातन श्री रूप गोस्वामी पाद की जय श्री सत गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय रूपानुग गौरीय गुरुवर्ग की जय 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 गदाधर पंडित गोसाई पहले पंचतत्व मंत्र जय जय गदाधर पंडित गोसाई
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
by Sri Shivananda Singh, page 54.
प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौरभक्तवृंद
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
जय जय पंडित गोसाई कृपा बले
जय जय गदाधर पंडित गोसाई चारु कृपा बले से जय तन्य गुण गाय
गौरांग
प्राणो नाथो जाहे लागे ख्याति प्राणो प्रेम के पूजिते पारे क्षेत्रवासो कृष्ण सेवा जारो लागी छारे
पंडित जय गदाधर पंडित जय गदाधर पंडित जय गदाधर पंडित गौर गदाधर की जय।
Nitai or Nitai go together. The best if Bhaktivinoda Thakur bhajan. Agar possible, actually let me sing this one. I'll sing Nadia Godurme and then after Gorang, okay? Nadia Godurme Nityananda Mahajan by Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I believe that's Shri Krishna Chaitanya 163. प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजन पाती आछे नाम हट जीवेर कारण नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजन पाती आछे नाम हट जीवेर कारण श्रद्धावन जन हे श्रद्धावन जन हे पाती आछे नाम हट जीवेर नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजन पाती आछे नाम हट जीवेर प्रभुर यज्ञाय भाई मागिए भिकार बोलो कृष्ण भजो कृष्ण गुरु कृष्ण शिक्षा नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजन पाती आछे नाम महत जीवेर कारण अपराध शून्य होए लोह कृष्ण नाम कृष्ण माता कृष्ण पिता कृष्ण धनो प्राण नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजन पाती आछे नाम हट जीवेर कारण कृष्णेर संसार करो छारी अनाचार कृष्णेर संसार करो छारी अनाचार जीवे दया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार जीवे दया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजन पाती आछे नाम हट जीवेर कारण श्रद्धावन जन हे श्रद्धावन जन श्रद्धावन जन हे श्रद्धावन जन पाती आछे नाम हट जीवेर कारण निताय 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 हे Nitai, 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 Oh Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram. Nitai he, Gaur he, Nitai he, Gaur he, Nitai he. पतित पावन श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम शचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय। गौरांग परम करुणा बहु द्विजन निताय गौरचंद्र। Shri Lochan Das Thakur, page 84. परम करुणा बहु द्विजन निताय गौरचंद्र। सबय अवतार सर शिरोमणि केवल आनंद नंद। भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य देताय सुदृढ़ विश्वास रसे मोजिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि। देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवने नाय एमन दयालो दाता। पशु पाखी झुरे पाषाण विदरे शुनि जारो गाथा। संसारे मजिया रोहिली मोरिया विपदे रहिलो आशा। अपन कर्म भुंजाय शमन कहे लोचन दास। परम करुणा बहु द्विजन Jai Gaur. Jai Lochanda Sakur, Lochanda Sakur, Lochanda Sakur, Jai Lochanda Sakur. पतित पावन श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय. प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम श्री शचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय. Bhajan for Krishna by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Janama Safalatar. Yes? Then Suno He Rasika Jan? Suno He Rasika Jan? You know it? Okay. Suno He Rasika Jan. Page 128 by Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Suno He Rasika Jana Krishna Guna Ganana.
Suno He Rasika Jana Krishna Guna Aganana.
Ananta kahite nahi kare.
Ananta kahite nahi kare. Ananta kahite nahi kare. Krishna jagat tera guru, Krishna vancha kalpataru. Navika se bhava paro vare. Ananta kohite nahi kare. Vaikuntha. Hare Krishna Karuna Sagara. Pada Padma Madhudiya Andha Bhava Guchaiya. Charane Kare Gayandu Charo. Hare Krishna Karuna Sagara. Vindhi Margarata Jane Swadina Taranta Dane. Raga Marge Korona Pravesha. Ragavashavarti hoye parakiya bhavashraye. Ragavashavarti hoye parakiya bhavashraye. Labhe jiva Krishna prema vesha. Ragamarge korona pravesha.
Premamrita
Premamrita Bharidhara Sada Pano Dutta Tara.
Krishna Nama
Krishna Taha Dero Bandhu Pati. Krishna Taha Dero Bandhu Pati. Se sab braja jan sukalyano niketan. Dino hino vino dero gati. Krishna taha dero bandhu bhati. Krishna he Krishna he Krishna he Krishna he. Thakur bhakti vino Thakur bhakti vino Bhakti vino Thakur bhakti vino. Radha Gopinath Ji ki jai. Radha bhajane jadi mati nahi bhela. By Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Page 110. Radha bhajane jadi mati nahi bhela. Krishna bhajana tava akarana gela.
Radha bhajane jadi mati nahi vela. Krishna bhajana tava
Atvapurohito suraj nahi jani Radha virohito madhav nahi mani ओके बोलो माधवो पूजय सो ज्ञानी राधाय नादरो गुरोय Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hari Bol, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupanug Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai, Tadiya Tirubha Maha Mahotsava ki jai, Shri Gadadhar Pandit ki jai, Tadiya Tirubha Maha Mahotsava ki jai, Gaur Nityanand Prabhu ki jai, Radha Gopinath Ji ki jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki jai, Harinama Sankirtan ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrind ki jai, Shri Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Radhe Radhe, Dandavat Pranam to all Vaishnavas who's there, Lavanga and Charu, Manorama, Gopal, Gopinath, Bhanumati and Raghava, Champak, Shashikala, and Bhanumati, and all the rest of you I've already mentioned. Okay, good. Gurve Gaur Chandraya Radhikaya Tadale, Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्रीश्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्तनारायणनित्यनामिने. नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने. नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगब्बरायते. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate giring yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurung Dinatarinam. First of all, I offer my Dandavat Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Srila Gurudev, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Ashto Tarashata Shri Srimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And the same thousands of Dandavat Pranams in the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Ashto Tarashata Shri Srimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. And on the day of the anniversary of his disappearance day, also I'm offering my Dandavat Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of Saptam Goswami Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And also, on the day of his disappearance day, I'm offering my Dandavat Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of Gaura Shakti Shri Gadadhar Pandit. And to all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, past, present, and future, including all of you who are physically present and all of you who are virtually present, I offer my pranam. Hare Krishna. So today I started the program a little bit early. We only gained 10 minutes, but anyhow, 10 minutes is a little bit. Something can be said, because today is such an important day. Today is the anniversary of the disappearance of Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur, our seventh Goswami. And it is also the anniversary of the disappearance of Gaura Shakti Shri Gadadhar Pandit. These two personalities are extremely important. Without them, we would have nothing, we would be nothing, we would know nothing. So we're eternally indebted. Indebted is not even the word. Eternally dependent upon these personalities for their mercy and even for our existence. Before speaking something about Shri Gadadhar Pandit, I would like to speak something about Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod. Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate. In the Pranam Mantra for Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, it is said that he is the form or the Swarup of Gaura Shakti. Interesting. Gaura Shakti is Gadadhar Pandit, but here we see that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada is referring to his Guru Dev, Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur, as Gaura Shakti Swarup, or the manifestation of Gadadhar Pandit. So in one sense we can say that they are non-different. And this is actually the way that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada saw him. Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj confirmed this, that actually the pastimes of the Lord are eternally going on. If we look outside, we see dust storms, we'll see foot traffic, we'll see shops across the way, we'll see garbage everywhere, maybe sewage going into Yamuna River, and so many other things. Srila Gurudev told us that we should understand that all of that external stuff that we are seeing is just the extension of the garbage of our own minds. In fact, the pastimes of Krishna with Srimati Radhika and all of his Brajbasis, all of his associates, are going on right here, right now. And if we are not seeing them, that is not their problem, that is our problem. Why am I not seeing? Because my eyes are made of material stuff, and my mind and heart is plagued with material stuff. Therefore, I cannot see the transcendental stuff. But it is still going on. It is present in every particle, not only of dust, but in every molecule of air of this place. The pastimes of Krishna are going on. And those who have the eyes to see can see them. The same is happening in Sri Navadvip Dham, because it is not different from Vrindavan, Gupta Vrindavan. The pastimes of Sachinandan Gaurahari, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all of his associates are eternally taking place in that transcendental realm. Those who have the eyes to see can witness it. And those who do not have the eyes to see, they will see the Ganga, and they will see trees, and they will see so many buildings coming up, and so many shopwallas, but they won't see the pastimes of Sachinandan Gaurahari. But Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada directly acknowledged that from time to time, these eternal personalities manifest in front of our eyes, although we may not realize it. We don't realize that maidservants of Srimati Radhika are manifesting in front of us as elderly Indian gentlemen. They look like elderly Indian gentlemen, but from another perspective, those who have the eyes to see can understand that they are Radha Balyadasi, and they can see it. So in a similar way, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada is seeing that Swarup Damodar Goswami is manifesting in the form of Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And Sri Gadadhar Pandit is manifesting in the form of Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He has this vision and he has witnessed this transcendental occurrence or happening. Therefore, he is seeing them as a non-different manifestation. And when one has this realization, this is a very high realization, they will understand that their Gurudev is the manifestation of either Sri Nityananda Prabhu or Srimati Radhika. Directly they will understand this, that they will see my Gurudev is that manifestation of this personality. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada saw Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur in this light. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur is no ordinary personality. He is one of the most extraordinary personalities this world has ever seen. Thousands and millions of very intelligent personalities have manifested in this world with supreme brilliance, all kinds of knowledge of this material world and the happenings and the going-ons of this world, with so many hypotheses and theories of how to progress in this world, how to become happy in this world, how to attain material success in this world, and so many other things, dharma, artha, kama, and even moksha. So many millions have appeared, and they all have different ideas. Some of them have had some pretty good success, people like Ravan and Hiranyakashipu, until they were ultimately killed by the Lord. How to enjoy in this world. And they had so much brilliance, so much knowledge. But Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he did not only have the material knowledge, but he was saturated with all transcendental knowledge. There is nothing that is unknown to him. And by his grace, we have received the teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami. We have received the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a digestible form that we can understand, because he particularly had compassion for the extremely fallen souls of this world, not only within India, but outside of India. He was the first person to send any literature about the glories and teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu outside of India. Sri Chaitanya, his life and precepts, he sent one copy to the library, I believe in Toronto. So it was there, it was present, the essence of the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Understanding that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had predicted that one day, Sarvatra Prachar Hoibe Moranam, my name will be chanted in every town and village of this world. That means Jai Sachinandan, Jai Gaurahari, and his other secret name. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahe Anya, together in one form. The Yugal mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He had explicit faith in this order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He knew it would come to pass, he saw it, and he planned for it. He wrote in the English language. He was well versed in many languages. He was well versed in Hindi, Bangla, Urdu, Farsi, Sanskrit, English, and some other languages as well. He knew some German as well. Uriya. Asami, Uriya. He was extremely brilliant. Extremely brilliant. And he spent all of his time from quite a young age endeavoring to not only ascertain but to establish essential truth for the benefit of all. Not only was he establishing the truth, but he was fulfilling the function of Acharya to defeat all kinds of untruth, all kinds of misinterpretations of the truth. These days, we do not find many persons who have this kind of strength and power. Most are absorbed in their own small preaching fields. But personalities like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur recognized that the whole world is basically going to hell due to unauthorized twists and miscommunication about the pure teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam, the pure teachings of the Vedas, the pure teachings of the bona fide Sampradayas, and the pure teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So many Apasampradayas had arisen. Those false Sampradayas which are against the pure conclusions and teachings of pure bhakti. In fact, it was so bad. At the time of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he manifested, there was a very dark period within humanity. After the time of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baladev Vidyabhushan, things took a downward spiral. And so many different groups, in the name of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the name of Krishna, in the name of bhakti, were engaging in all kinds of nefarious activities to the most extreme extent and calling it bhakti. To such an extent that the word Vaishnava or Gaudiya Vaishnava was hated, and anything or anyone related to them was completely disrespected and dismissed as something low and dirty, filthy. It may be an easy thing to take something which is still in its pristine condition, that might have a little mud on it, and to clean it off and then represent it. But from such a place, to clean something is very, very difficult. It takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort. Like Varahadev having to fight with Hiranyaksha and trying to save earth from the mud underneath. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur had to dive deep into the sewage of this material world to rescue the pure teachings of Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari from the hands of those who were the bane of society. In the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the name of Krishna, engaging in all kinds of lustful activities and calling it bhakti, calling it Gaudiya Vaishnavism. It was a disgraceful period, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur recognized that it is necessary to re-inaugurate the flow of pure bhakti. So just like Bhagirath brought Ganga to this world, not only for the benefit of his ancestors, but for the benefit of all, for all time. So Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur brought again the Bhagirathi of Bhakti, of pure devotional conceptions to this world for the benefit of all. Srila Gurudev Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj told that if he would not have appeared, then the conceptions of pure bhakti would have been cast into oblivion forever. It would have been lost. So everything that we know, everything that we have received, all that we have heard, and our own gurus and acharyas, we owe to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur for his intense endeavor to again reopen this flow of pure bhakti. Pure bhakti is always existing, but it can be covered, it can be blocked. And so Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, by intense endeavor and by his desperate mood of service to Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari and to his Guru Varga, re-inaugurated this flow of bhakti. Srila Gurudev told that he gave two primary gifts, amazing gifts, to this world. One is that he was able to see, because he had that special vision, the place of birth of Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which had been covered over time, not only by the shifting of Ganga, but also by the influence of the current rulers of that time. We see it even these days. What happens when certain groups of persons take over any country that has ancient statues and monuments that do not conform with their religious ideals? They blow them up. And then you don't have any proof of it. After 100 years, no one thinks about it, no one remembers it, it is gone. In the same way, the birthplace of Sachinandan Gaurahari was utilized as a graveyard for that ruling group, as a graveyard. This is what they wanted to do with it. They tried to do everything they could to remove Sachinandan Gaurahari and the teachings of Gauranga. But anyhow, Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur, sometimes you hear he was at a Dharmshala on the Navadvip side, sometimes we hear he was at Swarupganj on the other side of the Jalangi. Anyhow, he was on his balcony praying, wondering where the place was of the appearance of Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari. And looking off from his balcony, he saw a very brilliant light manifesting off in a distance. And he was certain that this was the birthplace of Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari. Fortunately for us and for the world, he also had great position in society. He was a high court magistrate, so he had access to all of the ancient libraries and ancient maps. He was able to discover that what was now known as Mianpur used to be known as Mayapur. Just like now, if you go to Chandra Sarovar, it's called Chandra Sarovar. But not so long ago, that area was referred to as Muhammadpur. That was the name of the city in that area. So the names of the cities were changed, everything was removed. The identity was removed. But Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur was able to trace through the ancient maps of the past the location. Not only did he go there himself, not only did he explore for years, but he also brought others who were seers of the truth, like Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj. His second greatest gift to this world, his own son, who only ever saw him as his guru, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, and so many others who all confirmed, yes, this is the place of the appearance of Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari. Because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur knew that from this place, the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would be spread throughout the world. So this was one of his greatest gifts to this world, rediscovering and establishing properly the place of the appearance of Sachinandan Gaurahari Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We even see in Ayodhya, the original place was, and a mosque was put on top of it. In Mathura, the original place was, and a mosque was put on top of it. So now they're trying to get them back with much difficulty. But also that kind of thing took place in Sri Mayapur Dham at the place of Sachinandan Gaura Hari's birth. His second great gift is the manifestation of the mercy of Srimati Radhika in this world. Srila Gurudev said another name of Srimati Radhika is Bimala Devi. Some say that he was praying to the consort of Jagannath Dev. But we must understand who Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is. He prays up. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is an intimate associate and maidservant of Vrishabhananandini Srimati Radha Thakurani. Seeing the state of and the condition of this world with all kinds of philosophies that were opposed to the pure teachings of bhakti, including those philosophies that tried to make everything one. In fact, there was a group that offered to pay him 300,000 rupees. Now, this was at the time of what? King George? We have a rupee from the time of King George. Have you seen those? That's pure silver. Imagine the value of those. 300,000 to put a statue of a dog on top of the Jagannath Mandir where the flag and chakra is, to show that there's no difference between the dog and the forms of Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra. There was a group in India that is still existing at this time who tries to promote this idea that there's no difference between the form of God and a dog or anything else. This is actually Mayavadism, and it is opposed to the conceptions of pure bhakti. At that time, Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur was not only a high court magistrate, but he was in charge of Jagannath Puri and the ongoings of the Puri temple. So he was able to deny that. He never accepted a bribe. He fought very strongly against those who tried to do these things. And he was praying incessantly to Bimala Devi that I need someone to help me. Someone to help me in my endeavor. A very powerful personality. And by the mercy of the original Bimala Devi, Srimati Radhika, another maidservant of hers appeared in the form of Bimala Prasad, who later became known as Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. He was already predicted in the Bhavishya Purana that one day a very great personality will manifest in Jagannath Puri Dham, Utkale Purushottama, who will bring about a harmonization of all of the pure lines of thought, means the four sampradayas, and will kick out all misconceptions. And that is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Through him, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur accomplished immeasurable tasks. So these were his two primary gifts, but he gave so many gifts, an ocean of treasures. Srila Gurudev said, even if Brahma were to endeavor to glorify Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur with his four mouths, for his entire life, he would not begin to scratch the surface of the glories of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It's difficult to understand who these personalities are. We must accept, based on the vision of the pure devotees, that these personalities are no ordinary personalities. They are sent from the divine realm for a divine purpose, to manifest divinity within the hearts of all and to awaken our divine nature in loving service to the Supreme Lord. So Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Gurudev said, who is Bhakti Vinod? Who with full of love and devotion is giving Vinod or pleasure to Sri Sri Radha and Krishna and engaging all others in their service. This is Bhakti Vinod. And who is Bhakti Vinod Thakur in Krishna Lila? The maidservant of Srimati Radhika, known as Kamala Manjari. Gurudev said, what is Kamala? He said, Srimati Radhika holds a beautiful lotus known as Lila Kamala. Lila Kamala. And with that lotus, sometimes she directs or tells Krishna something, or sometimes she chastises him with it. Gurudev said that mood of Srimati Radhika using that lotus to chastise Krishna, of course it's with love and affection, with prem, but in that prem there is some kalaha. That mood is Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Can we imagine how potent and powerful such a personality is? When he says, Radha Pada Bina Kabu Krishna Nahi Mile, Radhara Dasira Krishna Sarva Vede Bole. Without taking shelter of the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika, one will never attain a meeting or shelter with Krishna. In fact, Krishna himself becomes the property of the maidservants of Srimati Radhika. He is saying this with conviction because he knows it as an absolute fact and truth. That Krishna becomes the property of the maidservants of Srimati Radhika. So Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur, with this kind of potency and full faith in the teachings of Satchidananda Gaurahari, Sri Rupa Goswami and our Guru Varga, has re-established the pure flow of the teachings of Sri Rupa Goswami. Namo Bhaktivinodaya Satchidananda Namine. Why is he called Satchidananda? Because he is of that same transcendental nature. He is not ordinary or mortal like us, although it appears in his external form that he may be like such a thing. We went to, Ulagram, the birthplace of Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Where he was living. Virnagar. Okay. It was called something else at another time. Was it his birthplace? Yes. Or the place of his samadhi. It's his samadhi. They put something there. And we discovered something amazing. That cholera had swept through that place. And almost everyone, thousands of people, finished. He came back from somewhere else, Orissa or somewhere. He was out. Calcutta, whatever. He came back to that village where all of his family, everyone he knew practically, was. And 97% of them were dead. The whole place was full of death. And he actually wrote something at that time about the nature of life and death in this world, these dualities. So even from a material perspective, he is exceedingly experienced. What to speak of on the spiritual perspective. His whole life was geared and focused, Hare Krishna, to bringing about this revolution of consciousness, not only within India, but in the entire world. So Srila Satchidananda, they may be deaf. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, we always hear different histories about him. Very quickly I will tell that there was one yogi named, I've read his name so many different ways, Bibikishan, Vishvakshain, what's his name? Vishvakshain, okay, so many different ways his name has been told. He was a powerful Siddha yogi with long matted locks. He used to swing his hair and fire would come from the edge, the tips of his hair. And he actually was declaring in Orissa and around everywhere that he was Bhagavan. And because he could do some magic tricks, powerful yogic magic tricks, people believed him. So much so that he said, very soon I will do Ras Leela with all of the young wives of all of my followers. And they brought their wives to him. I have witnessed this also. In this world, there was somebody who claimed to be Krishna. His name was Dafri John, and then it became Swami Da Love Ananda. He had an island just off of the island where we lived in Fiji. And the men would bring their wives to him so that he could do Ras Leela with them. He claimed he was Krishna, the speaker of Bhagavad Gita, and they believe it. So this is the nature of these frauds and cheats of this world. So this Bibikishan said he will become emperor of India. He will drive all the British out. He will even kill them if necessary. And he will do Ras Leela with all of his new gopis. Bhaktivinoda Thakur knew this is not Krishna, this is not Bhagavan, this is just a Siddha yogi. And of course, at the time, he was threatening the British government. The British government was ruling at the time. That is called mutiny. He was inciting people. So they asked the most prominent person in charge, that was Bhaktivinoda Thakur at the time, to do something about it. So as his duty, what did he do? He went there and he told him, cease and desist. Stop telling that you're Bhagavan. You're not going to do Ras Leela with the wives of all of these people. Some of the more intelligent ones were complaining, this guy is claiming he's Bhagavan and he wants to do Ras Leela with my wife. And he told him, cease and desist. He said, I will not. You will see, I will become Emperor of India, I will drive the British out, and I will certainly do Ras Leela. Bhaktivinoda Thakur told him, you have 7 days to change your mind. If you don't, then I will arrest you. He's like, you can't touch me. In 7 days' time, Bhaktivinoda Thakur came back. Are you going to give it up? Absolutely not. I am Krishna, I am Bhagavan, and I will do Ras Leela, and I will become Emperor of all of India. Bhaktivinoda Thakur told his people, arrest him. So they went toward him to arrest him. And that yogi started shaking his locks, and fire started going in all directions, and all those police became afraid. They dropped their sticks and everything else, and they ran with their legs over their heads, Gurudev said. Out of fear, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was completely fearless. In fact, it was before that time when that yogi had sent him something, some kind of black magic to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, where he had severe stomach problems, to the point where his wife was saying, please don't disturb him, he's a powerful yogi. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, he's just got some mystic power, he's not Bhagavan and he cannot hurt me. So anyhow, Gurudev said that Bhaktivinoda Thakur at that time jumped on him with a pair of scissors and chopped his hair. We know from history that other powerful personalities also kept their siddhi within their hair. Ashvatthama kept a jewel within the mats of his hair, and that was chopped off. In history, we see that these yogis keep that power in their hair. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur cut it and then brought him to prison, and he gave him opportunities again and again and again. Give up this falsity of yours. Otherwise, you will be here for 6 months of hard labor. The man said, I will never give it up. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur left him in prison, and that man underwent a voluntary fast, and within a month or so, he was gone. So the Bhagavan did not manifest his pastimes of Ras Leela. The Bhagavan did not manifest his pastimes of becoming Emperor of India or driving out the British. He only manifested the pastime of starving himself to death. So this is what happens when someone is pretending to be Bhagavan. They never survive very well. We've seen it with the false Vasudeva as well. When he was trying to fight with Krishna, he did not last very long. So Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he has given so much energy to write so many powerful books. Even from the very beginning, from Prem Pradeep all the way to Jaiva Dharma, Bhajan Rahasya, so many different powerful books Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave us. And he also gave us Dashamula Tattva, Amnaya Praha Tattva Marimaha Paramam Sarva Shaktim Rasabdim. I'm not going to tell the whole thing, it's a long verse. I do know it though, by the way. Srila Gurudev said, if you don't know this verse, you're not my disciple, so I learned it. Teaching us all of the different processes of bhakti, but not just the processes of bhakti, the process of bhajan, how to attain perfection within the line of Rupa Goswami. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given this to us. He has given us the deepest understandings of what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Rupa Goswami have come to give. Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate. He is the best of Rupanugas. So he understands what it is to be a follower of Srila Rupa Goswami. Just like Srila Rupa Goswami established within this world what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur established within this world what Rupa Goswami came to give. Because it is difficult to understand on our own. But by taking shelter of the pure devotees and their understandings, it can be easily understood. So through the medium of so many books and so many bhajans, Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur manifested the teachings of our Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga. For every verse of Upadeshamrita, he made a whole song. For every verse of Manashiksha, he made a whole song. For every verse of Sri Shikshashtakam, he made a whole song. And these songs are condensed forms of the purports of these verses. So everything was in a poetic form, which is easy to remember. So many devotees, they can just sing the song without even looking at the book. But otherwise, it takes a lot of energy. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur made everything accessible to everyone in such an amazing and palatable way. Srila Gurudev said, and I'm just going to jump to this because I also must speak something about Srila Gadadhar Pandit, that the essence of the teachings of Bhaktivinoda Thakur can be found in the bhajan which he wrote, Nadya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. The last line says, Krishnera Sangsara Koro Chari Anachar Jive Doya Krishna Nam Sarva Dharmasar. That we should enter into the sangsar of Krishna. Currently we're spinning in this sangsar of Maya. We are Maya-moy, completely absorbed in the material energy. But we should jump ship from that into the ship of Krishna, Krishnera Sangsar. And Srila Gurudev was speaking about what is this? He said it is not Krishna alone. Krishna Sangsar means Krishna's family, all of Krishna's associates, his pastimes, everything to do with Krishna. He said, if you worship Krishna but you neglect Baladev Prabhu, will Krishna be happy? If you neglect Srimati Radhika, will Krishna be satisfied? If you neglect your Guru, will Krishna accept anything from you? Never. He said, so we must accept all of Krishna's sangsar and also join into that sangsar. Krishnera sangsar karo, chari anachar, giving up all kinds of things which are unfavorable for our progress on the path of bhakti. And this is also told in the verse which defines Sharanagati, which Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written a beautiful bhajan about. Saranga Sharanagati hoy bejahar, tahar prarthana shune Sri Nanda Kumar. That person who has taken shelter of the path of Sharanagati, Krishna of Braj will hear their prayers. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, but there he's telling, it is said, Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. Accept everything that is favorable for the attainment of bhakti or Krishna bhakti ras, and that necessitates rejecting everything that is unfavorable. So chari anachar means to avoid everything that is unfavorable, that is halting our progress, that is stopping us from awakening our own intrinsic inherent nature of loving service to Krishna. Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur made this point extremely prominent within his preaching and his teaching. And those who would dare to question Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur on this point of the inherent swarupa of the jiva, Gurudev would say, they have no idea who Bhaktivinoda Thakur is. Srila Gurudev said, he even went and schooled Brahma, Yamaraj, Narada Muni about the proper understanding of the verse Apichet Suduracharo followed by Chipram Bhavati Dharmatma. They were confused. Why is Krishna repeating himself? He just said it here, now he's saying the same thing here. It doesn't make sense. He already said that if someone is my one-pointed devotee, Ananya Bhak, then even if by some great mysterious reason or prarabdha karma, they do the most heinous simple activity, still sadhureva samantabhya, they should certainly be considered a sadhu. Still, because they are rightly situated. And then he says afterward, oh Arjuna, you declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma, shachvach chantim nigachitim. There it is said that that person should be considered dharmatma. This is what the debate was over. But if he's already a sadhu, then why are you calling him a dharmatma afterward? You're saying mantabhya sadhu, and now you're calling him dharmatma. So they were debating this, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur was actually at what is a bus bench or something at the time. He went into a trance state and went and educated Yamaraj, Brahma, Narad, and all of the devas about the definition of this verse. That Krishna is not speaking in this verse about that sadhu. He's speaking about the person who accepts what he has said about that verse. That who accepts that this person is still a sadhu, they are dharmatma. So Gurudev said, we have no idea who Bhaktivinoda Thakur is. And then he gave this katha to establish how high Bhaktivinoda Thakur is. Do we think that he does not know, that he does not understand what he's giving us? What he has given, all of the tattvas, siddhantas and everything. He is well versed in all of the teachings of not only Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, and all of our 6 Goswamis. He is so well versed in their teachings and all of the teachings of all of our parampara and all of the other lineages of thought that he was given the special title, 7th Goswami. Saptam Goswami, Satchidananda Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. So Krishnera sangsar karo chari anachar. Give up which is blocking us from progressing on the path of bhakti. Jive doya. Give mercy to the jivas. Srila Gurudev explained that what does this mean? It means don't be a miser. We have the cure for not only cancer and heart disease and diabetes, but we have the cure for every disease for all time. Huh? What? We have the cure for bhavarog, the disease of this entire material existence. We have the cure for the disease of lust in the heart, which is keeping everyone bound in this Maya Sangsar. And that is taking shelter of the holy names of the Lord under the guidance of pure devotees. So Jive Doya means to be merciful to the jivas. It is not a miserly thing, and we will speak more about that tomorrow, Gundicha Mandir Marjanam, because it is a very powerful and important point. Srila Gurudev said it doesn't mean just sitting somewhere and chanting on your own. It means following the order of Mahaprabhu, to go out, and wherever you go, whomever you meet, tell them about Krishna in such a way that they are convinced and they accept Krishna and Krishna Nam, and they become devotionally inclined toward Krishna. This is mercy to the jivas. Otherwise, those jivas are just cycling in this Maya Sangsar for God knows how long. Jive Doya Krishna Nam. This is how one is merciful to the jivas, by giving them the name of Krishna. Within the names of Krishna, all of his transcendental pastimes are present. Amala Harinam, Amiya Vilasa. All of his pastimes are present within his transcendental holy names. Not only are his pastimes present, but naturally when one develops attraction to these pastimes of Krishna and the names of Krishna, all kinds of bhavarog, all kinds of diseases of this material body, mind, intelligence, and false ego are eradicated. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written about this. Jai Jai Harinam Chidananda Mritadam Paratattva Akshara Akara. What's that verse? Where he's saying, Oh hey Krishna Namakshara Tumi Sarva Shakti Dara. No, there's another one. No, the other one. Something about all of the Papa Dure Jai. Ugra Tapa Dure Jai. जोर से बोलो. I can't even hear. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote this?
No, this is the Goswami verse.
Yeah. Yes. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote this bhajan based on the verse by Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, speaking about how by the power of Harinam, all kinds of material diseases, misgivings, everything, and sin, everything will automatically be removed. But this is not the main reason for chanting the names of Krishna. The reason for calling out the names of Krishna is to please Krishna. And if Krishna is pleased automatically, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam, Shreyakairava Chandrika Vitaranam, Vidyavadu Jivanam, Anandam Buddhivadhanam, Pratipadam, Purnamrita Shvadanam, Sarvatma Snapanam. All glories to Shri Krishna Sankirtan. Now Pujari Prabhu is here and I have not spoken about Sri Gadadhar Pandit. Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. His glories are unlimited, and to try to speak about him in 30 minutes or 40 minutes is actually impossible, really. We can speak about him for days and days. I don't know why there's not a Bhakti Vinod Thakur conference. Is there? There will be, for sure and certain. As the Rupa Goswami conference is going on, there should certainly be a Bhakti Vinod Thakur conference. It is essential. It is essential now, today. Srila Gurudev told Sundar Gopal Prabhu that one day you will have to defend the teachings of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Gurudev could see it. He foresaw it. That people would eventually, after his disappearance, after Gurudev's disappearance, start attacking the teachings of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and surely it came to pass that they did attack. He told Sundar Gopal Prabhu that you should continue studying, you should get your degree and your master's degree, and that allowed him to be able to have access to ancient universities and amazing teachers and everything, and to get the original manuscripts to prove the teachings of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur as truth beyond any doubt, in a way that silences all of the naysayers. I would say silences those who are sincere and honest. Because dishonest people, even if you tell them truth and they say in front of you, yes, it is true, they still won't accept it and will continue with their dishonesty. But Srila Gurudev saw it, so it is essential and imperative that as we are doing the Rupa Goswami conference, we must do Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur conference and encourage each other to spread the teachings of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur throughout this world. Sri Gadadhar Pandit, Gaura Shakti, is an intimate associate of Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari, not different from Srimati Radhika. Some say that he is the remnant left over after Krishna stole all of Radhika's moods of love and affection for Krishna, and now he's like an empty shell. Srila Gurudev said, no. Gurudev said it doesn't work like that. He said, if you are performing a drama of Radha and Radha and Krishna are sitting in the audience, and you have taken their mood and you're playing their role, does Radha and Krishna lose themselves? Do they become not them just because you're playing their role? Does Srimati Radhika become not Radhika because Krishna is playing her role? Gurudev said, even as Sachinandan Gaurahari, he could not taste everything. He's trying to taste her moods in the form of Sachinandan Gaurahari, but he cannot taste everything because Krishna's nature is Vishai. And even as Sachinandan Gaurahari, his internal intention is to enjoy what she is experiencing. But her mood is never to enjoy what she is experiencing. Her mood is only to give pleasure to Krishna. So as Sachinandan Gaurahari or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's endeavoring to taste the bhavs of Srimati Radhika. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj told right here that Krishna could not steal her moods. He had to take shelter of her and beg to be able to taste those moods. And she consented. But even then, she sent her dear associates, Lalita and Vishaka, in the form of Swarup Damodar and Raya Ramananda, to coach him how to taste these moods properly. And then she herself as Gadadhar Pandit, Radhika manifests as Gadadhar Pandit in Gaur Leela, is there slightly from a distance, coaching Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu how to taste her bhavs properly. Gurudev said like a curtain call. When I was young, growing up in ISKCON, they placed me in many dramas. And I was 4 and 5 years old. What does a 4 or 5-year-old kid remember when you tell them the lines? You practice and practice and practice. You get out there in front of 1,000 people and you can't remember your own name. So there's someone behind the curtain saying, say this. And I'm like, I can't remember. So Gadadhar Pandit is there. Krishna is tasting this most amazing Unatojvala Rasa, which is in a sense foreign to himself. It is so amazing. He's trying to experience this, but in the process, sometimes he will, I'm going to put the quotes here, deviate from the proper approach to that experience. So Gadadhar Pandit from behind the curtain will say, not like this, and will give the proper mood. Barhapidam nataparapu karnayar karnikaram. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will begin to feel or taste these bhavs in the proper way. Srila Gurudev expressed that who is better than Gadadhar Pandit at expressing the proper moods? Who knows better the moods of Srimad Bhagavatam and the moods that were expressed by Srimati Radhika in the verses that she has given, which are found in Srimad Bhagavatam, other than Srimati Radhika herself, and she has manifested as Gadadhar Pandit. So who better to learn Srimad Bhagavatam from than Gadadhar Pandit? So Sachinandan Gaurahari was learning this. Today when I was reading, I was remembering this verse that Mahadev is telling. Aham vedmi, sukho veti, vyaso veti na veti va. I understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Shukdev Goswami understands Srimad Bhagavatam. Vyas may or may not know. This is quite a confusing statement. But Vyas is Krishna Dvaipayan Ved Vyas. He is Krishna himself. But Bhagavatam is all about the moods of devotion to Krishna. Krishna is Vishaya Bhagavan. He is the taster of all devotion. But he is not the repository of that. He is not the shelter of that. He is the experiencer of that. Who is the repository of all of that? The Bhakta. They understand bhakti to Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or Krishna in his form, is endeavoring to taste that bhakti, the highest perspective, the perspective of Srimati Radhika's love and affection for Krishna. So Mahadev, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu, he's the topmost Vaishnava. He understands Srimad Bhagavatam because he's the devotee of the Lord. Shukadev Goswami, he's also a devotee of the Lord. In Braj, he is the parrot of Srimati Radhika, Shriya Shuka. So he understands devotion to Krishna and to Srimati Radhika. He understands this. Vyas may or may not know. So in this case, Krishna may or may not know. That's why he is taking shelter of Srimati Radhika's moods, of her Sakhis, of Gadadhar Pandit, of Rayanamananda, of Swarup Damodar Goswami, all of these personalities to help him to experience, to the best of his ability, these moods of loving affection that Srimati Radhika has for Krishna. So Gadadhar Pandit takes such a prominent role in serving Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari. Why is he so apparently docile? So subservient, so quiet, not arguing back, not fighting back. When in Krishna Lila, Srimati Radhika will turn and walk the other way. She will express man toward Krishna, but Gadadhar Pandit will just put his head down and accept anything. Why is he like this? Srila Gurudev explained that Srimati Radhika's mood is Anukulyena Krishna Anushilanam. What is favorable, beneficial, and pleasurable for the object of her love and affection, that is Krishna. And when Krishna is in his mood as Krishna, then she behaves accordingly. But when Krishna wants to experience what it is like to love Krishna from the perspective of his devotee, or Srimati Radhika, then Srimati Radhika herself, in the form of Gadadhar Pandit, will only serve to assist that mood that he wants to experience. Does that make sense? In that case, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has written in his purports that when Krishna takes the form of a devotee, it is inappropriate for us to try to enforce upon him that you are Krishna. He said no pure devotee likes to see this, and he referred to it as rasabas. He said there is one group known as Gauranga Nagari that wants to, or that tries to claim that Sachinandan Gaurahari, like Krishna in Braj, is having relationships with the young ladies of Navadvip, like Krishna has relationships with the gopis. And Srila Gurudev said, never, never, and never. All of our Gaudiya Vaishnavas have fought very heavily against these ideas. He said Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur completely demolished all of their arguments. And yet that group continues to exist and continues to preach their nonsense. So this is known as Apasampradaya. And then they try to place Gadadhar Pandit and Sachinandan Gaurahari together as if they're having a relationship or something like this. In some inappropriate way. We should understand that Gadadhar Pandit from the beginning of his life is brahmachari. And his only mood is how to serve Sachinandan Gaurahari. But also because his nature is that of Srimati Radhika. The love that is naturally flowing from his heart, or from her heart, towards Sachinandan Gaurahari, who is Nomi Krishna Swarupam. He is Krishna himself. It is unstoppable and unfathomable. As Shivananda Sain mentions in his bhajan, Shri Rama Janaki Jeno, Eka Kalevar. They are one body, or like Radha and Vrindavan Chandra, one soul in two forms. In the same way, Gadadhar Pandit is actually not different from Sachinandan Gaurahari, but eternally separated in two forms. So there is a natural love and affection that is flowing, but the mood which is manifest is only to assist and serve Krishna in his form as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in terms of what he wants to taste and what he wants to experience. Gadadhar Pandit was so attached to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he always remained within his vicinity in his association. In all of his pastimes, all the way to Puri, and then he saw that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to remain here for the remainder of his days. So I will take Kshetra Sannyas here in Jagannath Puri, Hare Krishna. A vow to remain in this place. I will never leave this place, because this is where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to be. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was digging one day in the garden, and he found a very, very beautiful deity. He began to unearth this beautiful deity, and he told Gadadhar Pandit, will you accept something from me? I want to give you something. Gadadhar Pandit said, anything you want to give me, I will happily accept. And then he manifested the beautiful deity of Gopinath, who is now kept in that Tota, that garden, Tota Gopinath. His name is Tota Gopinath. And he has a very amazing posture. On the left side is Srimati Radhika, on the right side is Lalita Sakhi. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu engaged Gadadhar Pandit in the service of this Tota Gopinath. And it is essential that one continues to worship their Thakurji and never stops. Srila Gurudev told Sudevi when he gave us our Radha Binod Bihari that you are responsible for them even after you depart from this world. So it is a big, big responsibility to maintain the seva of Thakurji. We know one devotee that Gurudev gave Thakurji to. They placed them in a box. After some years, started cooking meat for their boyfriend. The boyfriend beat them so bad, both of their wrists were broken, and they ended up in the hospital. And my wife was speaking to this person. What happened? Are you serving your Thakurji? No. I did this, I did that. I put them in a box. She said, give them to me immediately. It's not good for you to leave them in such a situation. And then we arranged for them to be served in another way by other devotees. So it is a very dangerous thing. So Mahaprabhu gave this Gopinath to Gadadhar Pandit, who accepted service to Gopinath as his life and soul. But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided very soon one day that I'm going to leave. I'm going to go traveling. I'm going to Vrindavan, I'm going to other places. And Gadadhar Pandit said, I want to go with you. Mahaprabhu said, but you have taken Kshetra Sannyas. I'm going to quote Srila Bhaktivinoda Bharati Maharaj. Gadadhar Pandit said, damn this Kshetra Sannyas. I have taken Kshetra Sannyas at your lotus feet. Wherever you are, that is the Dham. So I will always be with you. Mahaprabhu said, no, you should not do this. It is not good for you. Gadadhar Pandit said, I would give that up millions of times over. In the bhajan it says, I don't know, what is it, 53? Interesting. Krishna seva jara lagi chare. He even gave up the service of Krishna. That you are everything. Within you there is Gopinath, within you there is the Dham, within you there is everything. So never mind, I will leave everything. My seva, my vows, my everything for you. And then he continued to follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as far as Katak. Gurudev, I think it was Gurudev said. Which means that he actually crossed the boundary of Puri. Broke his vow But then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to him, now you've broken your vow. You've already done this, but it will also look bad on me. Are you only thinking of your own happiness, or are you also considering my happiness? I will be happy if you return and serve Gopinath. So just like when Lakshman left Sita out in the forest on the order of Ram, somewhere near the village of Valmiki, and when he told her that, oh, actually, I've been ordered to leave you here by Ram, immediately she fainted and fell to the ground unconscious. In the same way, when Mahaprabhu told this to Gadadhar, Gadadhar fainted on the spot and fell unconscious. Can you imagine? Radha and Krishna are one Atma, inseparable. And yet, he has to go in the opposite direction. What kind of separation mood was present within the heart of Sri Gadadhar Pandit? But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this will be pleasing to me. So for the pleasure of the beloved, one will forego the pain of millions of deaths. And Gadadhar Pandit was such an example of this kind of service to Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya kind of helped him and then helped to bring him back to Puri, where he maintained his service to Gopinath at that time. There's so much more to tell about Gadadhar Pandit, but there's no more time. So I just wanted to share a little bit about these divine personalities. Gadadhar Pandit also taught us that you should not judge a Vaishnava by how they look on the outside. They might look like a sense enjoyer, they might look like this or that, but we must take shelter of any pure Vaishnava who has the vision to see, who is a Vaishnava, to understand things properly. Otherwise, we will look at Nityananda Avadhut and misunderstand him and make offenses to him. We will look at Pundarik Vidyanidhi and look at him and make offenses to him. We will look at Rai Ramananda, misunderstand his activities and make offenses unto him. So we must be very careful. So Gadadhar Pandit took shelter of his Gurudev, Pundarik Vidyanidhi, after seeing his ecstasy upon hearing the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Aho Bakiyam Stanakalakutam, and seeing the ecstatic transformations realized within his heart that I have made offense to him. I want to take shelter of him and accept him as my Guru. And so he revealed this to Mukunda, who revealed it to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who said this is perfect because actually Pundarik Vidyanidhi is Vrishabhanu Maharaj in Krishna Lila, and Gadadhar Pandit is his daughter, Srimati Radhika, within Krishna Lila. So it was the perfect combination. So Sri Gadadhar Pandit is also the original leader of our particular Gotra. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada tells that what is the meaning of Achyuta Gotra? Actually, the son of Advaita Acharya, Achyutananda, is the disciple of Sri Gadadhar Pandit. And we have come in the line, the lineage of Sri Achyutananda, and the name of our Gotra comes from Achyutananda, who is a disciple of Gadadhar Pandit. So through the lineage of Gadadhar Pandit, who is Srimati Radhika and Krishna Lila, our Gotra has manifested. So our Gotra is in the line of Srimati Radhika. Shri Gadadhar Pandit ki jai, Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai, Tidiye Tirobhava Maha Mahotsave ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupananda Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Radha Gopinath ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Tomorrow is Gundicha Mandir Marjanam. So it's not only cleaning the physical temple, it's more than that. It's cleaning this temple here. That requires some heavy, deep, power sprayed cleaning and maybe some dynamite, but anyhow, the internal cleaning requires a lot. Jai. Hare Krishna. Shri Radha Gopinath Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki